welcome to the next TATItorial. So today's TATItorial is going to be on how I get a regular makeup look. So that means just the basics. So just some primer, foundation, concealer, contour, and some eyelashes. No eyeliner. I'm not really like an eyeliner person unless it's like a very special event. But other than that, that's like my basic going out look. I'm gonna be very honest with you because when I put on makeup, I don't want to have too much because then it feels cakey, and then when you go out, it's just like annoying and then it gets on everything. So, but anyways, I use it for pretty much like everyday looks. Like I can use it for going out, or if I want to look like a little fancy at work, maybe because I don't even really like wearing makeup to work. Then maybe I'll do that. So now I also remember mentioning in the eyeshadow video that before you put on makeup, you always have to moisturize. Like you have to. You cannot avoid it because otherwise you're gonna end up with a dry, crusty face, like I said, and you cannot have no dry, crusty, makeup looking face where it's like your face is like all cracked like with the makeup and it just looks bad. So what I always do is I make sure like, I start with a clean face. So I wash my face with like my little scrub, and then I put on a toner. And then after the toner, I put on some serum, like a vitamin C serum, usually from Drunk Elephant. I just got this like really good serum. And then I use a moisturizer. And again, to all the MUAs out there, I am not a professional and I do not claim to be. So please don't come for me in my video. Thank you. And also I'm going to be listing all the products below that I'm going to be using in the description box, as well as the brushes. So now I did just get these brushes, but I heard that they're really good. The brand Real Techniques. I've seen a whole bunch of people using them, so I think I'm going to have a ball with these new brushes. And just a spoiler alert, all the products that I use are Fenty Beauty, or most of them, by the way, because the brushes, they don't count really. They do because you need it, but like the foundation and the primer and the concealer and the setting powder and the highlighter and the mascara and what am I looking at? Highlighter? Yeah, damn, it is pretty sound, like everything. Except the bronzer. The bronzer is the only thing that's not Fenty Beauty. I highly rep Fenty Beauty. Please, Rihanna, let me be one of your ambassadors. Thank you. Okay, so are you guys ready to see? I'm sorry, I just like the way they dangle. Okay, anyways. So are you guys ready to see how I do my basic makeup look? A lot of eyebrows in this video, guys. Look at that. I can't do that side, but this side. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we are going to start with a fresh face. And so I already washed my face. I already put toner, serum, and moisturizer. And so we're going to get started. The very first thing that you're going to need is primer. Now, the primer that I use is the Fenty Beauty Mattifying Primer, the Pro Filter. And I'm just going to put some on my face, kind of rub it out, make sure that it gets all up in there, because my face gets very oily sometimes. That's why I use the matte one. Okay, so now I'm using my foundation. Ooh, Fenty Beauty again. I'm just gonna put some on my face, use the brush. Now this is a Real Technique brush. The number is 200. I know it's hard for you to see, but they're actually for different purposes when it comes to makeup. And it actually has what it's for on the back of the brush, which is what I love so much. So I'm just gonna get in there and blend it out. Now, what I want to show you guys is the number on the bottom of your Fenty Beauty foundation. I'm not sure what it's like for other foundations. but it matches for the number on the bottom of the concealer. So whatever number you are in foundation, there's a concealer to match it. So I'm gonna take the concealer, put some under my eyebrows, under my eyes, along the strip of my nose, and between my eyebrows, a little bit on my chin. I'm just gonna blend it out with a brush. I'm trying to figure out what number that was. So the brush that I'm gonna be using is the Real Techniques number 211. So that would be the deluxe concealer brush. So that's what I'm gonna use to blend out all the concealer that I put on my face. Make sure it gets in real good. And now I am funny when it comes to brushes for the face, because you know, I feel like it does get it in, but something about a beauty blender that just makes all the world. So I'm just gonna go back over with the beauty blender and try to just blend it in a little bit more to kind of get that smoother look. Now I'm gonna take my angled brush and I'm gonna use that to kind of direct the concealer on my eyebrows, because you know, with that you need more of like a pointier thing to kind of guide it, if you know what I mean. And I know you guys are probably wondering, like, I don't put pomade or anything on my eyebrows, and no, not really, because I don't really feel like I need it. So when I use the concealer, it kind of just makes it look like, ooh, you know? So I don't really feel like I need the pomade. That's why I'm just going in with the angled. It's really, the brush that I'm using is an angled eyeliner brush, if you want to be technical. But I like using it for my eyebrows and the concealer. Look at that, precise. And it's blending out, see? Now I'm just gonna use this brush, but I like it. I like, you know, you gotta brush the eyebrows out a little bit. I like it because it's pink. And now for the contour, I'm gonna be using a Sephora Collection foundation that I use as a contour. And the brush that I'm gonna use is the Real Techniques number 217. So, and the label on that brush is Expert Edge Foundation, but no, I'm gonna use it for the contour. And then just make sure I get some in there. And know everybody's contour line is different. So for me, I do like, the best way for you to know is like to suck in like your mouth like a blowfish kind of, but the opposite way. And that way you get the line where you should be putting your contour. And then of course on the sides of your nose, like you just put it according to how you want your nose to look. And I have a little hump, so that's why I put it there. Just make sure I get it on the roundabout because my nose, I feel like it's a little round. But you know, just apply enough so that way you can make sure that there's a difference. Then you're gonna take a beauty blender and then just blend it in. Make sure you get all of it. You gotta do a little rough. I'm gonna be blending for a little bit on my nose because I just don't want any rough lines. I want it to look smooth and look like, you know, it's supposed to be there, you know? And now it's time for the Fenty Beauty setting powder. So I'm gonna take the part of my beauty blender that's kind of like flat. I'm gonna dip it in there. I'm gonna put it under my eye, like kind of the same spot where I put my concealer, just a little bit more outward. Now I believe the setting powder is used so that way like it kind of sets your face and it doesn't make your makeup look like spotty or whatever. So I put some on my forehead too because my forehead gets really oily and I look like super shiny with makeup sometimes. And now I'm gonna put on some eyelashes, but then I was like, I'm gonna put some mascara first. Of course, Fenty Beauty as well. Hold up, I gotta put some concealer on my eyelids because they look dark and they get super oily as well. I have no idea why, but oh, and again, I'm using the same brush that I used for the concealer before. Again, it's the Real Techniques number 211. after I'm done putting the concealer, I'm just gonna go back and put a little bit of setting powder on my eyelids. Okay, so now we're ready to put some mascara on these lashes. Right before I put the fake lashes on, you know, you gotta make sure it blends in a little bit nicely. Oh, and I spend more time on my right side than my left side because it's like my right, it's like the eyelashes are so much more curly and they're just like so sporadic. Like they're not uniform at all. The other side is like more, that's like my favorite side, you know? Everybody has a favorite side to their face for certain aspects, you know? So now I'm just gonna take that setting powder off. You don't wanna leave it on too long because then it's just gonna make it look white and ashy, you know, like a ghost. You just wanna put it long enough so that way it sets it, but not too long so that you look ashy. And now I'm just gonna go back with a little bit more concealer because I still felt like under my eyes were a little dark. So that's why I just went back and put a little bit more concealer. Just kind of blend that out a little bit. All right, looks good. Now it's time for the lashes. Whew, Lord, does it take a long time to dry? I'll be there for a long time. Lashes always takes me the longest because you gotta dry them and then it's the application. I always mess up on the first eyelash. So it's like the second one will go on so easily, but the first one takes me like 10 minutes. I have no idea why. It just never cooperates. I always spend a long amount of time on applying the first eyelash. Oh, and the eyelashes, by the way, I couldn't even tell you guys where I got these from. I've had these for so long. I just put them to the back burner because I like nicer eyelashes now. But these are like my natural looking ones because, I really used to go for the natural look. And so now I'm just going to take the mascara, go back, kind of make sure it's blended a little bit nicely, and of course do the bottom. Oh, it just dropped.
This is where she knew she messed up.
Okay, so here we go. Now we're gonna go with the highlight. Oh, and my favorite highlight brush. Oh, it's so pretty. And then just a little, You don't want to do too much, and then it looks like plastered on. You just kind of want to brush it on there, fan it a little bit. And then we're gonna take some, put it on the nose, and then we're gonna put a little bit under my eyebrow. I don't know why you do it, but I saw somebody else do it, and it didn't look too bad. So I was like, okay, I'll try. It looks a little cute. And then for the lips. So I always put Blistex. That's like the first thing. Then I'm gonna go in with some Rosehip Oil. And then the Fenty Beauty Lip Gloss. I'm gonna tell you guys in the description which one it is. And then bam. And then you cannot forget the setting spray. So the setting spray that I have, I got from Marshall's. It was like, what, $7.99 or something like that. I can leave that in the description box below too. Okay, guys, so this is the finished look. I didn't realize how many Fenty Beauty items I had until I actually did the video because it's a lot. Like, basically everything. I know I said that early in the video, but I just, like, came to that realization again. I was like, wow, I really love Fenty Beauty. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Of course, like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time on the next TATItorial.